So the first thing I want to do for my project is actually find a video that I'm going to use for this project. Now, this project is strictly for educational use only. I'm going to find something on YouTube, download it to my local computer, and then later embed it into my website. Now, I have no intentions of making money on this. When I upload it, I'll probably more than likely password protect it to kind of keep the general public from seeing it. And this is always a fuzzy area, but when you're doing stuff for educational purposes only, you have a lot of fair use leeway because you're not going to use it for making money. And anyway, it's conceptually or in a lot of ways, it's the same as having something broadcast on TV, recording it, and then watching it at home later. Or maybe you're trying to be a video editor, so you re-edit stuff. Who knows? I think it's more than fine. So well, hopefully the law doesn't come knocking on my door, right? Here I am, YouTube. I'm going to look up Space Invaders, and what I'm going to do, what I want is not only a video, but I want to make sure that I have a high definition video, because the better the quality, the better it's going to render on my version of the website, because I'm going to try to make mine responsive, so it's going to get larger and smaller. So at some point I want at its largest, actually whatever I download here is going to be as large as I could get it without distorting it. So the bigger the better. Here we go. I'm going to find it in HD. By the way, I used a filter option and I went right here to high definition. And where is it? Okay, here is the video I wanted to use. And now this video is good enough for me. Let me just give it a pause. So now what I need to do is actually find a way to download it. Well, you could download something on your computer if you wanted to do it, but I'm not going to do this often. What I'm going to do instead is try to find an online tool that I could do it just this one time, so I don't have to clutter my computer with any stuff. What I Googled was download YouTube to MP4, because I want to make sure that the utility that I use is going to allow me, is going to give me the video in MP4. And the first hit I found was ixconverter.net. Now I remember KeepVid was one I used in the past, and a couple months ago this was the most popular. But in time I've seen that this ixconverter sort of took first place in this search query, and it's a pretty good utility. So go ahead and go there, and you should see something similar to this. And essentially what this is asking for is the URL to the YouTube video that we want to download. So here we go. I'm just going to take it straight from here. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to paste it. Now, down at the bottom it tells me how I want this file to be downloaded, and I'm going to do it two ways. The first is MP4, and once I click convert, it's going to grab it and set me up with a link. Now I've already done this before. This online utility seems to cache it, so this may happen pretty quickly. Or yeah, here we go. It's already ready for me to download. So here we go. It says wait 60 seconds to auto download, or click this link. Here we go. Click the link, and a nice little ad came up. But if you keep your eye on the top right hand corner of the page, you could skip this ad, and it gives you, there we go. I know it's the right thing. Just if you guys don't use this utility and you use something else, just pay attention to what you're downloading, because it should be an MP4 file and not like an EXE file or a DMG file, because sometimes people like walk you through all this crap and then they essentially just want you to download their software. It's kind of like a shady way of getting you to do it, but that's not what we want. So I'm going to save this MP4, and I'm going to do one more download as well is, since this is complete, let me go back here. I also want to grab this in Flash because basically, you know, HTML5 and the video codec support is changing, but at least at the time of this video, which is in 2012, about middle of the year, you're really safe with adding 3 different formats to your page. The MP4 format, which is going to be supported by Safari and lost my train of thought there. It's going to be supported by Safari and Firefox, and then the WebM, which is going to be supported by Google's Chrome browser. Now, if you put those 2 formats, you're going to get the majority of the browsers, including Internet Explorer 9. But you're going to want a Flash backup for things like Internet Explorer 8 and potentially any other browser that people are coming to that doesn't support either one of those 2 formats. So having those 3 formats, MP4, WebM, and Flash, specifically FLV file, is going to cover your bases. So I'm going to do just that. Let's see, and I guess let me double check my downloads while that's doing its thing. Okay, here we go. Bring that here. Is this guy ready to go? Oops. Maybe it didn't finish downloading. Huh. Oh, I think, well, let me just use the one that I downloaded earlier. There we go. And let's see what this guy, it's okay. That's still doing its thing. Well, while we wait for this other IX converter, I'm going to show you how to convert this MP4 into the WebM format. Now, for this, you probably find an online utility too. Let's see, MP4 to WebM. And I'm sure you could find a bunch of online converter tools. Oh, looky here. Online, it says convert to MP4. But what I actually want to do is use this program, because I do this kind of often for other videos. And I'm going to use the Miro Video Converter. Miro's totally free. It comes both for Windows and Mac. So, oh, and not to mention, it's really bare bones. It doesn't do anything more than convert a video, but that's what I like about it. It's very, light on my computer. It's not like I don't need 100 different options. I just need 1 or 2. So, let me fire up Miro. Here we go. And look how easy this utility is. I just put my MP4 video, drag it on over here. It gives me a couple of options, either the device I want to make sure I play it on or the specific format. And I'm going to go right down here to WebM. And I'm going to convert it. Good, let it do its thing. Let me check on... So since this is the first time I'm doing it, it's taken a little bit to give it to me as an FLV, but it'll do it. So what I should end up by this point is I should have picked a video from YouTube in high definition, and I need to have it in 3 different formats: MP4, WebM, and FLV, Flash.